G'day guys. Another part of the Heritage Trail is there's the old hospital that was the hospital during the war, which is not a lot to see there. I did capture some video on it day before yesterday. It wasn't a lot to see, but this here is the railway dam, which intrigued me a little bit. So what we're walking around now is the railway dam, which is a catchment. So if you drive into Merredin, or drive through the centre of Merredin where they're stopping, you will see that big water tower, Kalgoorlie Better. Well, when I was at the train museum the other day, I was actually wondering about the water, because I know that there used to be tanks along the railway line when I was a kid, and with pipes and canvas ends on them, so the trains could get water, because steam trains need water. And I was wondering, I wonder here where the water comes for that tower, and if that tower is obviously to fill up the locos. Well, here it is, the railway dam. So again, we'll see a bit of a rock, but again they've used the rock very effectively as runoff to capture water. So we'll be to the rock shortly. A little bit different this time. They've actually channeled it along a bit of a cutting they've put in, bring to the dam. This way, Barnes. Old Barnes loves going for walks. So the good thing about this is this whole area here is an off-leash dog run. So so you can bring your dog along as long as he's behaved, obviously. Yeah, you can bring your dog along there and have a run. I give Barnes a little bit more liberty than what I probably should, but he's a dog, you know. He wants to be a dog and run around. He don't go that far. He just loves it. Hey, Barnes. Oh, he spotted a butterfly. So it says here about this. The channel vision is where they decided to put this cutting in. So what they have here is they've put this, they've used stone too, by the way, but they've put this cutting in that you know, it runs all the way out into that dam they've made there. So it's fairly ingenious. I haven't seen any dates, but I'm assuming, you know, we're probably talking, you know, 1890s or something, 1860s. Whenever the rail first, I can't remember the exact date that the rail first come out here. I think it was around 1890? I can't remember now. I did read it in the railway museum. So the other thing they got here is, when you see down there, looks like all little parks. There's Barnes over there having fun. He can't see me, doesn't know where I am. I'll have to call him. There you go. You get lost, mate. But that's actually a free camping area, self-contained camping area down at the base of the rock, and you can walk straight up to the rock from there. So it gets used a fair bit. In fact, if I'd have known it was there, I would have used it for a stopover myself, but I wasn't aware it was there. But you find these things out for next time. So this drain that they've put in, it's fairly long, and it's quite an interesting concept. But yeah, so down there to the caravan park, oh, it's not caravan park, down there to the RV park, there's a lot of trail walks. There's a lot of foundations still there with descriptions on what the foundation was for the hospital, surgeries and you know, food stores and such. So there we have it. It's a little bit different. It's quite a wall, this one, and channels water off the rock. Great catchment. So it channels water off the rock, and before you know it, the dam's full of water, and they've got all the water they want for the steam trains. How good's that? Here we go, getting close to the top. Oh my goodness gracious me, there's another massive rock over there. Well, let's go and have a look at this sign, because I'm not sure I'm not sure which rock I want. What do they call this rock? I think they call this oh, I can't remember. It's nothing unusual. Oh yeah, look. Oh, Barnes, we stopped drinking that water. But not get an upset tummy, boy. Here we go. Must be something up here. Oh, now you can see. Oh well, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. It's a fair way off. It's a 19k drive, 21k drive to the wind farm, but you can actually see the wind farm from here. You may be able to see it on the GoPro, on the video, on a larger screen. But well, look at that. What do we got to say here? So this is part of the Golden Pipeline heritage tour trail. It's so the idea of the Golden Pipeline Heritage Trail, it's to do with the whole thing about the pipeline that ended up running from Mundaring Weir out through Cunderdin, pump stations all along the line through Merredin, all the way up to Kalgoorlie. And there's a lot of heritage in that, because consequently, you know, the towns along the line sort of formed the trail. So it was a big part. Of Kalgoorlie would have not have happened, would have not have been sustainable had it not been for the fella that did the Mundaring Weir, the first stage of Mundaring Weir, and decided to run the pipeline. And the first pipeline is quite ingenious. It's timber. It was all timber wrapped with steel binding to hold it together under pressure. So there was the odd leak. In fact, there's a photo of one of the joins leaking and water spraying about 20 foot into the air. But it's interesting stuff. It's interesting stuff for me because I love my history and heritage. Even if some of the sites are a bit disappointing, what is interesting is the details on what the site represents. So it was tough old days. You see the trail that these guys forged as they were going along, and it was a tough life. There's some museums that represent the mining industry, the early days, and the you know, early gold miners, early prospectors, and gee, I mean, it's much like a bit of a bush camp, but when you consider how cold and wet it can be and how hot it can be, I don't know how they manage to survive. You know, I did years in the army infantry, and there'd be many times when you'd be freezing or cooking or feeling like you couldn't push another breath out. But I imagine that every waking moment for those guys would have been that way. There was no reprieve from it. I'm thinking that this is just one great big rock that runs under the surface a bit. I mean, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? when you think about that, you know, this is, I don't know, 1 billion tons of solid granite rock sticking out of the ground like this all the way up in the air, disappearing into the ground down there, and then punching out again over on the other side. In fact, that summit over there looks a little bit higher than here. Anyway, we're in the best part of the best part of Australia, which is the country. Oh, look at that. So guys, that's what is called the railway dam, the Merredin railway dam. The captured water. Oh, look at him. He's got to get in the car. Get out of the dam. The dam. Oh, he's going to fall. He's going to drop down in it. Look at him. We're just about to go and get in the car. What are we going to do? I was hoping he would have dried out running around here, but no. He wants to go and play in the water. Anyway, again, part of the Heritage Trail, the Golden Pipeline Heritage Trail. Somebody's trying to start a trend. Oh look, somebody's trying to get a trend going. The old over-shoulder boulder holders. So the rocky start along the road rise immense hills of granite, shaped very much like a saucer turned down upon its edge. These cone-shaped rocks are natural catchment areas. Around their base, the prospectors and later on, the pioneer carriers used to dig for water to keep themselves and their teams from perishing of thirst. Wells were built, and a shanty town sprang up on the other side of this rock, because water could be found at its base. Don't drive through Merredin. Stop for at least one day. Come and have a look at this. It's pleasant. Lovely walk. Beautiful bush. You've got the museum here for railway. You've got the museum here for military. There's a couple other things about. But, oh, you got the military hospital. You know, walk around. It's really a very interesting little town. Okay guys, next stop, Lancelin on the coast. Oh yes, fishing, beaches and sandhills. Ronnie Dowell's favourite testing area. See you guys, take it easy, eh?